Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Friday night at the Raceway at Western Fair District. We are live, and we are glad you're with us. I'm your track announcer, Shannon Sugar Doyle, with us for the show. Melissa Keith, she's been here before, and she's been on a pregame. She's called a few races. Welcome back.
Thanks, Sugar. Always great to be here at the Raceway.
Right on. It's a big night. Again, Harness the Hope night, 12 dashes featured on the card. Melissa Keith authored a wonderful feature on the Dustin family and Harness the Hope night in the October edition of Trot magazine. There you see. Kind of cool how they put the pink lettering on Trot. Reading here, Harness the Hope was making history. First time in 46 years of publishing that Trot actually used pink for the letters on the front of their magazine. Kind of awesome.
Yeah, that's courtesy of Dan Fisher, the editor, and it is really, it's revolutionary like Harness the Hope itself. The whole Raceway is pink downstairs. It's amazing tonight.
Right on. As mentioned, Mel has been here before with us, doing a pregame and a few race calls, and visiting from Nova Scotia this evening. What brings you back to Ontario then? I know it's a big night here on track, but something big going on down the highway too, hey?
Well, of course, the Breeders' Crown. Who doesn't want to see Bold Eagle and all the stars tomorrow night? Forbidden Trade, the Hambletonian champion.
Sharton.
Green Shoe Sharton, yes, Sharton, one of the greatest pacing mares ever. You want to see them up close and in person and wager on them live and support the product, you know, the harness product here. When it's that good, we got to show up.
Right on. We're really looking forward to it. Our team is heading down. The Raceway actually very proud to be sponsoring race 2 tomorrow evening, that being the Open Mares Pace, where we'll see Sharton and a few others. One in there that you've got your eye on, hey?
Yeah, I'm quite interested in how You Are My Candy Girl is going to fare against the girls, because her last start on the 19th at Woodbine Mohawk Park was against top-tier boys. She was third in a preferred there to Dosaduro Hanover and Jimmy Freight. Right 150 and 2. She was individually timed in. She had 2 moves in that mile. I'm very interested to see her against the girls in the mare pace. Right
on. Should be a fabulous race. Race 2 tomorrow night, Open Mare, sponsored by the Raceway at Western Fair District here, and Breeders' Crown action. Your Trot feature on the Dustin family and Harness the Hope, very well received in the month of October. That, as mentioned, the Trot magazine from October, Melissa Keith did the story on the Dustin family. Tell us about it.
Well, it was hard to get a hold of Christy Dustin. She is always on the go, and she was actually on her way to Las Vegas. So we did the interview by phone when she was at the airport, and it concluded when she actually had to board her flight. So she never stops working on this fundraising initiative for breast cancer awareness and for programs that support both research and efforts to help people living with it day to day, like Christy and her mom, who are both survivors. Battling, it's amazing. They're both here tonight. You know, it should be quite the show all night, supporting this at the track. Right on.
Wonderful feature. Again, you can catch that in the October edition of Trot magazine, a fabulous story on the Dustin family and Harness the Hope. So, heading to the Breeders' Crown tomorrow at Woodbine Mohawk Park. I'm going down too, as well as many of our team members here. Any particular horse or matchup that you're looking forward to seeing tomorrow?
Oh boy, I mean, it's really tough, but I have to say, watching Bold Eagle on Canadian soil, I mean, we're all thinking...
A lot of hype.
Yeah, to see a horse like that come here and draw so well.
In from Europe, right?
Yes.
In from Europe. Yeah. It's the Open Trot for boys?
He is in the Open Trot. He is the one position, so we shall see.
Was not favored on the morning line, right?
No.
They went away. They went looking elsewhere for the morning line favorite in that one.
And it's interesting that Atlanta's in there in the Open Trot to avoid Manchego, who's in the Mare Trot.
Right on.
Interesting.
If there's a key play for me tomorrow, I was doing up some tickets, you know, our staff is going to get together, maybe play some. I guess there's a key play for me that I found that might keep the price down. So, Warwee Butte, she's such a nice filly. Hey, she's on the pace for the 3-year-olds. Definitely the one to beat tomorrow night, right?
You can probably trust her if you were to single her in your ticket, I think. Warwee Butte.
Yeah, and lots of great action there as well tonight at Woodbine Mohawk Park as they kick off the Breeders' Crown weekend.
The 2-year-olds.
Right on. We've got 12 races for you tonight on tap. We start off the action with a pick 3 play. We've bumped up the minimum base wager. What do you think of this new 60-cent minimum base on our pick 3 play?
I like it. People often complain about a minimum of 20 cents, sort of bringing too many people in.
Sort of waters it down, maybe.
Exactly. So 60 is a better starting place, I think.
Well, I think it was the early pick 3 on Tuesday night where I had a comment from a customer, and they did mention the fact that, you know what, if that wasn't a 60-cent play, the ticket wouldn't have paid so much. I believe it was an 80-cent return on a 60-cent pick 3 play, and as you mentioned, it doesn't get watered down. So this is where we're headed. 60-cent minimum in the pick 3. It's going over well. Maybe down the road we take a look at the triactors as well that are still featured at the 20-cent cost on the base wager. All right then, let's take a look at some tickets then. It's the early pick 3 starting off the action tonight. Again, a 60-cent base minimum wager. You know what? Right off the bat, sponsored by Daylon Farms, we're on the pace, a field of 6, and nothing jumped off the page at me, so it was an all button. Race number 2 features 6 trotters. That one's sponsored by the Burke family. Blanket presentations throughout the night, folks, and I believe you're going to be on the mic for this one, a group of trotters. Hey, Mel?
Yeah, it should be good. Hope everybody behaves.
Right on. Yeah, you bet. Well, I tell you what, we had Roger Houston in here last week and calling the first few races. Race 1 of last Friday, it was a bit of a mixed bag, and there was a couple of, well, a few breakers in there, but Roger had to laugh about it afterwards, but he had a great time with us. I hope you do too. Race 2, Melissa Keith on the call. I went 3 deep in the third. The 60-cent wager, the way it looks on the screen, if you want to play along, it's $21.60. It's the early pick 4 starting up in race number 4. This one's sponsored by Melcher's Construction. Pick 4 plays, always a guaranteed $5,000 pool. These are the 20-cent base wager. I went 2 deep in the 4th. Tell you what, number 3 arrived late, was so good last time out. This horse was beat halfway down the stretch, reached down deep and found more heart, came back to win by a head. Very gutsy effort for that one. I see more of the same. I'm deepest of all in the middle legs. And as we get on over to race number 7, for me, it's the 2, here's the Jessica, or the 3, Dapple Apple. Beware of Dapple Apple. Of course, she's a 55-time winner. A couple of poor posts for that mare when she likes to leave, and she does her best work when on the lead. Hey, Mel?
You're talking Dapple Apple
here.
I am, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Lately, you got to look at Moon Lake, I think. Okay. Look at her last at the Raceway on October 4th. She was second by a nose.
Okay.
At the same level.
Okay, this is where I'm going on memory. All last winter, Dapple Apple and Brett McDonald showed up. Anytime they drew inside or from the center of the gate, this horse was very tough when on or near the lead. That's my case.
True.
That's my case for Dapple Apple.
Going back.
How about the wins? You put Dapple Apple and Moon Lake together, the pair of them, 108 victories lifetime.
It's pretty amazing, yeah.
A couple of nice old hard knockers there in race number 7. So a late pick 4, if you want to take another shot at a pick 4 play here in London, will begin in race number 8, and it's another wide open field of 6 on the trot. Again, when nothing really jumps off of the page at me and it kind of looks wide open, why not hit the all button, especially when it's a short field? Hey, man, what do you think?
Yeah, when it's a short field, the all button definitely becomes an economical thing. I do like that 5, though. Nicker's coming in from OSS Gold a little earlier in the season, and won at added distance in her last, so one to watch.
As the favorite there, and
yes.
Team Ray does well here. Father Jack, son Scott, big fan base here in London. It's their home track. They like to win here. Over to the 9th race, my key to this late pick 4, Keen as a Bean, believe gets the blinker treatment tonight. Owner Robert Blake donating 10% of her earnings this evening to Harness the Hope. And we'll look forward to seeing Keen as a Bean, possibly a drop and pop play there in race number 9.
Could work. Great post.
Right on.
Yep.
Over in the 10th race, we're going to go 5 deep in there, and we will look to complete with 4 of them. Either Michelle's Deuce, Kahlua Morning, Moramapo, or New Boss in Town, who raced really good last time out, showing a 58-4 clocking. Rob Shepard stays on for Brett Lester. A 20-center on a late pick 4, if you want to play along, the way it looks on the screen, is $24 even. I've got a long shot play for the folks. If they want to play along, I was talking to a few people downstairs, and they were saying, you know, you got a value player tonight. Well, I do. And it's race 5, number 6, Friends to the End. It's another class dropper this evening, Scott McNiven. He's off to a great start to this meet. Travis Henry stays on. Friends to the End, she's a known closer here in London. And I look to her left, and there's plenty of early speed. The 1, 3, 4, and 5 all show great gate speed in there. If there's hot early fractions, Friends to the End, I'll be looking for her to swoop them late.
Yeah, she has 3 wins on the season. You know, it's a possibility, and if it sets up the way you say it is, yeah, good shot.
I'm going to chase after her in there. friend of the show, our friend of the show, Ann McNeil. You got a shout out for her?
Yes, of course. I'm wearing a Stable That God Loves pink hat, saluting Dana Salam, who is the 7 in race 5, and she will need divine help maybe with that post here.
She'll be looking for the hot early
yes,
pace as well, right?
exactly.
To pick up the pieces late.
Yep.
All right, we've got you up to speed on everything you need. That's going to do it for the pregame show tonight. It's the 14th annual Harness the Hope night at the Raceway. There's the winning key contest. It's back, very popular. 50-50 draw, penny auction, silent auction, as mentioned, blanket presentations throughout the night, and a whole lot more. Proceeds in support of the Breast Cancer Society of Canada, plus the Pink Pearl Foundation. Our parade marshal tonight, Steph Horner, aboard Blaze, and our national anthem singer, Haley Jameson, joining us as well. So next in line, we'll have the changes here for you shortly. Thank you, Mel. Always a pleasure to have you with us in London. Best of luck when playing tonight yourself.
Absolutely.
Right
Thanks.
on. I know she likes to play, and best of luck to you playing along from wherever you're taking in the action tonight at the Raceway. Again, the program changes are next. We'll wish you good luck tonight.
COSA, the Central Ontario Standardbred Association, proudly serving Ontario horse people with integrity and accountability. Collaborative, supportive, helping to ensure a vibrant harness racing industry. Lifetime membership is free and there are many benefits. Become a new member today. COSA, representing the interests of horse people racing at Ontario racetracks. To find out more, visit cosaonline.com.